Hey everyone, I'm Mecca coming at you here, and we are going to be doing a student success story from my self-publishing blueprint here. And I'm sitting down with Gary, and Gary, I think, has one of the most unique and inspiring stories. So we are going to be coming up with that story right now. Hey Gary, welcome to the channel, man. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
But so let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about because you are doing some really cool things, and it all stems from just following the blueprint. But do you want to share with everybody a bit about your backstory, what you were doing before you started publishing? Because you only started publishing, it was like 5 months ago, and you've already scaled up to over $6,000 a month. And that's, I'm sure a lot of people would look at that and be like, man, how do you do that? So we'll get there. But can you bring us, shed some light on your story before you found publishing? Because it's kind of a unique one, isn't it?
I mean, unique to me. I don't know. It's been pretty crazy, really.
Bro, you were homeless. I want to hear about it. Like, you've gone through some struggles, right? Like yeah, man. Because, hey, let's be honest. Not everybody comes out of that. Not everybody comes out of that and then pays for a car in cash. Was that last week? You just bought a car and paid cash?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Thanks.
Not a lot of, what do you call it? Former homeless people can say they can do that. Right?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Maybe the homeless people in Vancouver are a little different than the homeless people in Australia.
No, man, but trust me, there's plenty of struggle here too.
Right. So what was like? Walk us through. We don't have to spend a ton of time on that, but walk us through what the story, so to speak, or the short version of it. Whatever you feel comfortable talking about. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't define me.
Right.
But yeah, almost 10 years ago, I was 21 at the time. I'm 30 now. The 2008, 2009, GFC, I worked as an insurance salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
And they were reinsured by an American group that lost all the money and therefore made us all redundant.
Oh, damn Americans.
So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I had the whole teenage romance girlfriend type thing.
Yeah.
Love my wife. When I stopped bringing in income, she disappeared quite quickly. And I found myself living in Sydney, pretty much zero family support.
Mm-hmm.
People that I thought were friends disappeared as well. And yeah, I found myself homeless. I didn't know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who to talk to. Like not even having somewhere where you can charge a phone. Like, that's
really,
like, there's just, so I guess I just started talking to people, man. Like, just honestly, like Central train station in Sydney, sitting there, I didn't know what and I'll try not to swear, but what I was going to do. And I can remember this guy, like, he was just, there's this shelter around the corner and blah, blah, and if you go and like talk to them, and I'll walk you up there, and he introduced me to some guys from the Salvation Army.
Yep.
And man, they put you in this, like fair enough, I had some form of shelter at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like this massive room with like 20, 30 beds in it. You've got people that, not bad people or anything, but a lot of, mental health issues perhaps, maybe substance abuse or whatever. Like, people go through things, right? And it was just a real low point in my life. But I had somewhere to sleep. So that was the start.
Right.
and I had somewhere to charge a phone. And honestly, it feels like it was so long ago, even though it's not.
Yeah.
But I guess once I could get a phone together and start, I think I was using MySpace at the time, just start hitting everyone up on my friends list. You know, is there work anywhere? Is there work here? I'll do anything. And I guess that led to a call center job. I think I was selling, this is like selling like lotteries that raise money for the RSPCA, which is like our Animal Welfare League.
Yep.
So I got into that, started making some money, was able to move in and rent a room with some other guys that I met through the workplace. Yeah, so I guess that's the story pretty much, man.
No, man, that's, I don't think, I definitely can't relate. I could only imagine how hard that was, going through all of that. And it's just, you can't think about it. Like, it's just, but you obviously bounced back, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now, when you look at your life now compared to like back then, because you know what, I bet there are some people who maybe they're not quite homeless, but maybe they are, but they're going through like a super, super dark time in their life right now. Could you kind of like give them any advice or any words of encouragement or anything that because now you've, it's safe to say you're at a pretty good place right now, right?
I mean, I'm still hungry.
No, yeah, of course,
but
we're all hungry
yeah,
still.
Yeah,
but like $6,000 coming in, you're on, you got a career path that you're really enjoying, you go to school, you want to just give anybody, some words of encouragement, words of advice, something that really kind of helped you through one of the lower points of your life?
I think that it's just don't give up ever. No matter what, don't give up. Because you'll go through shit, and people will shit on you.
Yeah.
Like especially when you're down, man. Like, but the important thing is to put one foot, and this, I don't want to sound cliche, but put one foot in front of the other and keep trying.
Right.
And you will get a shot.
Cool, man. Cool. Thank you for that. It's like we said, definitely doesn't define you, but it's when you made that post inside the group about it, there's just a overwhelming flood of support and disbelief and everything towards you when when people kind of found out your story a little bit more, right? So I think that was just maybe a few weeks ago or a couple months ago that you did that. But no, wow. Now fast forward to what brought you into publishing. How did you find it? Because you said you started in May. What kind of brought you in that direction?
Honestly, as I said before to you, I was about to turn 30. Obviously, studying counselling as well. A big part of that is self-reflection. So I started thinking about, I guess, not just the fact that I was homeless at one point, or I mean, I own property now.
Right.
Great relationship, great woman in my life. I've got a jacuzzi in my backyard. All these things are great. But I started thinking, like, okay, I'm at a level where I'm comfortable. How do I get better than this?
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm just being real with you. But how do I do better than this? And I had to change to get from that homeless shelter to get to where I was at the start of this year, right? So self-development, and I thought, well, and I've always kind of done this. various courses, groups, YouTube, inspirational shit, like
Yep.
just binge watching it. And I just, half-assed took action.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't proper action. So, for example, it'd be, get these products on clearance at Walmart, send them into FBA.
Right.
But instead of really doing it, I would get like 2 or 3 items and send them in.
Right.
And then the price would tank a little bit, but I'd still want to earn like 80% ROI or something like that. So then it just wouldn't sell. And then I'd get fees. And then I'd say, yeah, well, that just doesn't work. It's all bullshit.
Yep.
So, and that's just one example of something I've tried everything, man.
Okay.
Arbitrage businesses. I've tried flipping things on eBay. I've tried selling services via forums. And I remember I came across one of your videos, and it was just, you know what? I just need to pick one thing this year, one thing, sign up, and just focus on it, and just do it. And it was between your course and really trying to go there with private label in terms of FBA.
Yep.
And I chose your course because it was lower cost. Not what you're charging for your course, but lower cost in terms of launching books.
Getting started type of thing.
I mean, branding, right? So with Kindle, you own the buy box, right? It's your book. Like, I don't care what your pen name is. Like, it's your listing, right? And that's what I wanted, because therefore you can have some form of an ad spend. You can market these kinds of things without someone else, cutting in. Yeah. So that was the decision making process.
Okay.
Clearly, it's worked out well for me.
Yeah.
So.
So tell us about your first couple books. They, it took how many, what book took off for you? What number? How many did you have to publish and fail on?
Book number 4.
Book number 4. So you published 3 failures. How are you feeling after those first 3 books? Did it make any return or whatever?
My first month, I made $1.40 in royalties.
You made how much?
$1.40.
Oh, $1.40.
$1.40, man.
Jeez.
Yeah. So,
can you get a coffee at McDonald's for $1.40?
You can't hear. I think it's about $3 Australian, man. That's not good.
Right? So, okay. So, how did you feel after that month?
Obviously, I thought I need to change something.
Okay.
Yeah. So, around that same time, I put a post up in the group, and I was transparent about all my expenses as well.
Yeah.
So the cost of the blueprint, the cost of the tool, so KDF Rocket, for example, what it cost me to actually have the book produced, so the cover, the writing, everything, right?
Yep.
So not only was it $1.40, I think I was like cash flow negative. I don't know, it was like $800. Like I'll have to.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
But yeah, so and I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to post it in the group anyway, and I'm going to share that. Didn't really get much response, to be honest.
Okay, and then you published 2 more books. Did those do better than $1.40?
Yeah, I started making money.
You started making a bit of money,
Yeah.
and then so what happened with book number 4 then?
Okay, book 4 was discovery of a niche.
Okay,
that's what changed.
That's what changed.
Massively.
How did you discover that niche? You don't have to name it if you don't want, but how did you, what changed in terms of your niche research or your keyword research between the first 3 and book 4? Because that's probably where a lot of people are struggling, right?
Yeah, a couple of things. I changed the cover. I think I made $70 within 24 hours of doing that.
After the cover change. It's incredible what a cover.
Content.
Right.
I changed the cover.
It's incredible what a cover change can do for your book.
Yeah.
It can be night and day difference.
Right. So I had that. and I had another book that did well also. Around the same time, I'd started going through Ollie's material as well. First with that free video Inside the Blueprint.
Okay.
And then I went ahead and purchased his course as well.
Okay.
So, and that, I guess that's kind of how book 4 came about, because he advocates writing your description before you do anything else.
Right.
Like everything else is secondary.
Right.
And the description comes from research, right? So, and it's so easy to do. I mean, get onto Amazon and look at all the 2 and 3-star reviews. 5-star are just, sometimes people are just like, it was good.
Right.
It's not helpful, right? And sometimes it's 1 star and it says, I haven't read this book.
Right. But
or I haven't read it. That's like what one of my reviews says.
But it's the middle. It's the 2, 3, and sometimes a 4-star that people spend more, like, there's more emotion attached to it, but there's more to it. Right.
The 4 stars as well, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll get people say, I never leave 5 stars. I rarely leave reviews. And then whatever it is. And that's gold.
Yeah.
Because someone's really put a lot of effort into.
So you were doing keyword research. Now, I was talking to Ollie earlier today about interviewing you, and he said that you had done so much keyword or so much research, customer research, or about your book. Can you talk about why you decided that was such an important factor?
Yeah. So I guess other than the quick call with Jacob and the stuff that I learned through Ollie's course, what stuck out to me is that Ollie was like killing it. Like out of everyone in the group, like he was killing it, and he had less books than everyone.
Right.
Right. So you have less books, right? You're earning more money. You have less costs. So there's less marketing costs involved. Yeah. Like there's less production costs. And I thought, what the fuck? I gotta put in the work here. Like this guy.
There's something else to this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And when he says I put in a lot of work, like hours and hours and hours, man, like late nights, like honestly, man, I did a couple of polls on Reddit as well.
Really?
So it wasn't just Senate. Yeah. I really went there. And I guess even the way I launched it was a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
So lead magnets are important in books, right?
Yes.
While I was doing my research, I stumbled upon 2 sisters that had released a keto book. Right. And I thought, I'm going to Google that book. Like, Jungle Scout was telling me this book was doing like $12,000 a month, one book. Right?
Okay.
And I'm going to Google it and see. And sure enough, there's a Facebook group. This book's pinned to the top of this Facebook group. This Facebook group is called Keto Lifestyle. It's something along those lines. Actually, it was an air fryer group. It was an air fryer group.
Okay.
So it was like, let's all share recipes of how to use the air fryer and save time and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
The air fryers are all about healthy marketing because you don't use cooking oil. Like allegedly, you just... And they had launched this book called Air Fryer Keto Diet Recipes.
Okay.
Something like that. You can look this up, man. They are killing it, right? And I thought, holy shit, that's how you do it.
What?
That's how you do it. It's that, like...
Yep.
That's it. Have an audience.
Yeah.
Right? Ask your audience what they want. Talk to them. Engage with them.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? It'd be really great if someone would just come out with X.
Totally.
Oh, okay. Right. So you want X? Yeah, I do.
Okay. Here you go.
There it is.
They buy it.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do.
And you know what's really cool? When you start doing stuff like that, when you build an audience, you can throw out one of the most difficult parts of publishing, and that's keyword research. Because when you build an audience, you don't have to do keyword research anymore. Because you can just put your book up, your audience will buy it, Amazon will rank it for you.
They love outside traffic.
They love that outside traffic, and they take care of the rest. Like my main pen name, just to get off topic for a second, my main pen name, zero keyword research on it. I just asked the audience what books they wanted to come out with. And, we keep producing those books, and it takes care of itself. But I don't do any keyword research. I just come out with whatever they tell me to come out with.
Yeah.
Because keyword research is a waste of time when you publish in the right way.
Yeah, I agree.
So cool. Okay, cool. And so fast forward a couple months. So so tell us about your publishing business then. What does it look like? So you have an audience, do you have an email list? Do you can you give us some insight into that?
I can. So I suck at email.
Okay.
Like I'm
just horrible at email.
Yeah, I just am.
Okay.
And I took action on the email stuff because it was in the course, basically.
Okay.
My open rate is just, I think it's like 2%. Man.
Ouch. Yeah, no, that sucks.
But yet I have a Facebook group that I've built around my brand.
Okay.
And the engagement is really, really good.
Sweet.
I post up like a picture. I can get like 60 likes on it. Nice. Comments. So it's the same idea as email. It's that same idea of having some form of audience that that basically want, like, they're already interested in your niche. They're already that's what they do. Like whether it's CrossFit or keto lifestyle or whatever your thing is. That's kind of how that works. And again, it's about asking specifically what people want. You can run polls. You can even just post a question.
Totally.
And you start very, very quickly getting responses.
So, okay. So you have an audience. You're using Facebook to connect with them. Mm-hmm. What are you doing with reviews?
I don't bother.
You don't even bother with reviews?
No.
So when you launch a book, you're not even doing reviews?
I get reviews.
Yeah. You get reviews. So you don't have to go, you don't have to do swaps. Your audience will just leave reviews. How many usually do you get in the beginning?
The last book I launched, I got 27 organic.
Over what period of time?
Within a couple of weeks.
It's pretty good. It's solid.
Yeah.
Because those aren't going anywhere.
And I suppose it's the pitch, right? So it's niche specific. Mm-hmm. But because it's a Facebook group, it's almost like you build this community. So, and the way that I post as well is that, we're a small family, blah, blah, blah. And, I don't want to pressure anyone into doing it, but, reviews do help.
You know how to pull on the heartstrings. It's all good.
No, it's just
smart. It's just marketing.
But it works.
100%.
The point is it works.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome. So 27 reviews. I hope y'all pick that up. He launches a book, 27 reviews. How much is that book making right now? Do you know?
Yeah, I do. Doing about $80 a day like that.
It's fucking doing $80 a day.
But
yeah.
It's not. The thing is, right, like you can talk about in your book without necessarily having an affiliate link, but you can talk about how great a certain program is that benefits your niche.
Okay, so now are we getting into the affiliate stuff that you're doing with your books?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wait, so the $80 a day, is that from the book sales or is that from what you're
sales?
That's the sales. Okay. So pay attention to this. Okay. Gary's doing $80 a day from a book he launches with 0 review swaps. He gets about 20 to 25 reviews within a matter of weeks from his community he built. He booked. This is how you fucking publish the right way. This is it.
It's not hard.
It's not. Isn't all this in the course?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Right. Like your prime example, like you're doing exactly what Suraj does. Do you talk to him at all?
A little bit. I'd like to talk to him more. So
Yeah.
this is your invitation, bro.
Suraj, reach out to this guy. You're doing exactly what he does. Like this is exactly what he did. He built a community on Facebook. I can't remember how big his group is, but it's big. And, he launches books, gets reviews, and the community just loves his stuff. So that's really cool. But you're taking it a step further. And this is what I love, because this is what nonfiction publishing is all about. Tell us what you're doing with your back end.
Right. So I've already mentioned that I don't get the best response from email.
Right.
But I will mention in said book that, this program, would really benefit you by speeding up the results. You can just use this book, but, you can get faster results
with X program.
Right. Get to your ideal self.
Yeah.
Quicker. So you'll see that pinned at the top of the Facebook group. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And which brings them back into my group.
Yeah.
Which has them clicking links.
Jeez.
Yeah. And groups are they're brilliant. Awesome. You know yourself. You've got one with the blueprint.
Yeah.
And that's part of the thought process that I had. Like, well, Amica's doing it to sell a course. Like, why wouldn't it work for a book?
Mm-hmm. It's the exact same process.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the exact same process. It works. Now, how much are you making, or how did you find the products that you're selling them? How much are you making actually first?
From ClickBank?
Yeah.
I'm at a little bit over $2,000 for the month.
Just for the month?
Yeah.
So your publishing brings in, what did you say? You'll do over 6 this month.
Yeah.
Plus 2 from Backend Sales.
Yeah.
It's $8,000. That's awesome. Yeah. When do you expect your Backend Sales to be greater than your front end? 2 more months?
I guess I've just got to play it off here because I don't really know what to expect. Okay. The ClickBank's a little new.
Okay.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised that it's happened this quickly.
Where did you learn about this?
Oh man, just thousands of hours of
right.
Honestly, there's probably so many people that have shot videos that have had threads in forums that have discussed things on Reddit. Honestly, it's an amalgamation of all those things. And I guess then finally getting my shit together and actually just doing the work.
So what's the process you use? Can you because some people are probably watching thinking, oh my God, that's so much work, but it's not really.
That's not.
Right? Because what do you do? You want to just simplify it for people?
Yeah, basically pick a niche, any niche.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, you can go to ClickBank and look at the top selling products.
Yep.
It'll even tell you what the conversion rates are.
Yep.
Okay, it's got an 80% conversion rate and people that are interested in weight loss love it. Oh, look, their refund rate's only 2%. Okay, well, there's a product. So maybe you could have a book around that said product as well. But instead of wasting your money on launching a book, start with a group first. You could do that. I mean, if I started again, I would probably start with a group first.
Mm-hmm.
So start with a page that's, I don't know, like I love keto or keto changes lives.
Right.
As an example. $10 a day ad budget, run it for 2 weeks. Run a like and share competition for a book launch, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Add 10 people and get a free PDF, like telling you how to, how to get results with keto. So now your group's growing organically, right?
It's a lot of
like that's the simple idea of how I would do that.
Again, right.
Starting from zero. yeah, I mean, and that's what you do. You launch to that audience.
That's cool, man. That's exciting. Like that's it's the money's in the back end. There's that saying in the online world, right? The money's in the back end. Front end is great, but the money's in the back end, and especially when it comes to publishing, because you can make so much more on the back end by selling them products over and over and over and over and over again related to the niche that your books are in. Right? And Amazon books, ebooks, they provide some of the best traffic that you can get online. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Any last few tips as we wrap up for brand new publishers thinking about either getting the course or just getting into publishing? Any tips you give them?
Yeah, I would tell them buy the course.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the course. Get out of all these other groups. That if you're anything like I was, unsubscribe from a bunch of these channels. Come on, man! Like PewDiePie, get rid of it. Just focus on the one thing. The reason you buy a course is it gets rid of all that noise.
Right.
Right. And there's so much noise online. It's so easy to get distracted. Whereas with a group, you can focus on the one thing. Mm-hmm. Everyone else in the group is doing the same thing. And it gives you a chance not just to network, but to, I guess, to share that journey with others.
Yeah.
That's what I would say to someone.
That's awesome.
Honestly.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Well, Yuri, thank you so much for taking some time, out of your morning over in Australia. But I really appreciate it, bud. And look forward to connecting with you. Hopefully you can make it to the next Cancun Mastermind next year. So
and that resort did look nice, though.
No, bro, it was something else. So, but awesome. Thanks again, bud. Appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers.